Good morning, everybody. Hope all's been well in the last week. Off on another one. It's just an absolutely beautiful sunrise. We're about 3 minutes. Yep, three minutes from official sunrise. Skipping in between these rainstorms. It's been a really nice fall. I'm not sure about the rest of you where you're at, but out here in Northern California. Awesome weather lately. It's been nice to be able to get stuff done around the homestead and then get out here in between these storms on these beautiful bluebird days and catch these views and hit some peaks. I think we're gonna shoot for Andesite Peak today, so we're gonna continue up the road here, get up the highway, see if we can't get up on top of the mountain. Not too sure. I looked at some reports and did a little searching around, utilizing some of the cameras they have for the highways and stuff up there that catch some of the peaks, and looks like we should be able to make it. Doesn't look like there's much snow up at the higher elevations. Lower elevations, it's pretty much melted off. It seems like you snowed, turned to rain. So we're gonna see what we can do, but figured I'd pull over, check out this view, catch a sunrise, and just say good morning. All right, y'all. We'll see you up at the trailhead. Let's go get another one. All right, made it to the trailhead. Got Minnie back there, the parking lot. Jump on the OHV trail. You hike the road for like a half a mile or something like that. But as you can hear, we're just off the highway. It's super loud back there. Somebody was stirring around in that camper that was back there. I don't see how you could sleep with that traffic back there. That would drive me nuts. Little map of the area back there. It's a big snowmobiling and cross-country skiing area. So they got the map and all the checks and balances before you take off. Make sure you're ready, because they do get some avalanches in this area and some pretty heavy snow loads too. So we're gonna keep on cruising up this hill. It's chilly. It's probably, I think it's like at 36 or something right now. My hands are cold, so I don't know. I might have to dig the gloves out. We'll see. Let's start heading up the road though.
A few moments later.
Walking and moving's not bad at all. I'm not cold, but my paws, man, whew, they were freezing. Those poor little fingers. Got a little snow. Had a little shot back there of Castle Peak and whatnot, but it's pretty much melted off everywhere else. I mean, wherever there's sun, it's just in the shade. But the end of this week, we're supposed to get another little system move through. That's gonna dump some snow. Sorry, I'm kind of turning and trying to keep that glare out of the camera. I know it can be annoying, so. But anyway, yeah, this end of this week, another system, and the nights have been getting close to freezing. They're gonna drop down into like mid-20s. So we may get the snow to finally just stick after this weekend. I'm glad I'm getting up here now. Kind of checking the area too, because thinking this would be a pretty sweet spot to come do a little snowshoeing. Be a nice little wintry hike. Go up and check out the Peter Grubb hut and maybe do Andesite Peak again. It's not too bad of a hike. All right, well, we got to the official trailhead. I had to park down below just because Minnie wasn't coming up that little first section. The rocks are a little too high, but we're gonna hit this mountain bike trail, hole in the ground, and head on up and tag Andesite Peak. Let's go. That van there passed me on the way up. Made me a little jealous. Also made me remember that about a month ago, I think it was or so, we did the van expo up there at Palisades in Tahoe. That was a super good time. And that video, y'all seemed to really like it. I got a lot of views on that. I was actually quite surprised. I think it's hitting like 800 views or something like that. But it kind of alluded to us getting a van and doing some more adventures, which that's definitely in the works. We're just taking our time, searching, researching, finding out what the best option's going to be for us. And that Econo line back there is pretty sure that's going to be what we end up doing. But I'd like to get like a 250, 350 preferably. Just for weight factor. It's got a bigger chassis, a little more heavy duty, since we'll be building it out and putting weight in it. The 150s they're all right, but you got to start doing some leveling kits and stuff like that once you start putting all that weight in the back of them. The Econo line is kind of more what we're looking for. You know, I'm not opposed to the Chevys. I've heard a little bit more issues happen with those. A little more trips to the mechanics, but we'll just kind of, like I said, playing it by ear, and we're definitely going to be doing our own build. We're not made of money. We got to do stuff on a budget, but luckily I do have those kind of skills. I did construction for too long before I got into doing tree work and the whole arborist thing. That sun's getting really bright. But yeah, in case y'all were kind of wondering what was going on there, like I said, that van passed me by, just made me think about it, because he romped through there like it was absolutely nothing. And it's always one of those things, you know, getting rid of Minnie. She served us well, but once we find another van, I'm sure it'll be going up for sale. The build out in it is simple and nice. I'll have to maybe do a video and walk through that one of these days. But I did that myself, and nothing spectacular, nothing super crazy, but it's functional. Works great for one person. But yeah, the two of us and the knuckleheads, the two doggos, we outgrew it really quick. All right, I'm gonna start paying attention here for a little bit. I got some kind of split coming up, make sure I go the right way. there's a lot of deadfall from the last storm covering the trail, so have to keep our eyes peeled for that. But I do know a lot of you are probably like, well, what about the sprinters? You know, sprinters, they're awesome, they're pretty cool. Foreign car, expensive to buy, expensive to maintain. And through our research, what we found is good luck on the road if something happens finding a mechanic and somebody to work on those things. You got to take them to a dealership, or like I said, find a specialized import mechanic that is going to just cost you an arm and a leg. And with the Econolines and the Chevy Express, they literally made hundreds of thousands of those things. So there's just parts galore. You can get body panel replacements cheap, all that kind of stuff. So that's why no Sprinter, not on this end. And for you that have been following for a while, which I appreciate, thanks for coming along on another adventure. And those that are new, appreciate you being here. We're just peak bagging and backpacking and hiking and camping. As many adventures as we can get in this lifetime. That's the goal, right? As I was saying, yeah, the cheaper Econolines and Chevy Expresses are just seems like a better outfit for us. And it'd be nice to get an extended one though. That extra length will come in handy. And then that'll be another awesome series of episodes that I'll get to do for you guys. From the purchase to the van build, and then all the adventures to follow after that. So, all right, I'm gonna get some water. I'm getting a little bit parched. I'm gonna get these gloves off. It's starting to warm up a little bit finally now. Looks like we got a kitty cat. Pretty old, luckily, but that was the small ones. The other ones were all melted out, so they looked funky. But there's a bigger one too, so it looks like a lion with at least one cub, one little youngster with it. Huh. It's kind of always the fun part about being out, and there's a little snow on the ground. You can actually see what critters are utilizing the trails as well. Pretty fun. I haven't seen any bear tracks yet. And those lion tracks, like I said, they look old, but it's kind of funny too. It almost looked like they were playing. There was like spots where you could tell they were like jumping up and then landing in another spot and having a good old time, I bet. Should be getting here pretty close here, I think. Popping out of the woods, and we'll see the peak here in a few minutes. Gonna be hitting this hairpin here, I think. Yeah, right there back behind us is the peak, so I'm gonna hit this hairpin and just start heading that way. Andesite Peak conquered. What an awesome view, too. You guys know what time it is. Got Castle Peak over there. Keeps giving me the side eye. Just amazing views as always. Another fantastic bluebird day. Man, it's nice getting in between these storms. Been sitting here for a while, just taking pictures and enjoying it, soaking it all in. I'm gonna kind of just sit here for a while longer. I've already been here for probably about 45 minutes or so. Haven't seen another person come up, so I'm just gonna enjoy the quiet and the blue sky. And with that said, thank you all for coming along. Like I said, some of these videos are gonna get a little shorter. It's just that time of year, less daylight and diving between storms and whatnot. So hope everybody's doing fantastic. Hope you enjoyed this trek to the top of Andesite Peak. Remember, the woods are for meandering. Might have time for Castle Peak. Gonna have to think about that.